I am really fascinated about how couples meet and become husband and wife. And there's one thing I've been reading a lot about and learning about, and that's arranged marriages, which really fascinates me. And I'm at the home of the Rahi family, and they've even invited some friends over as well, and they're going to tell their story of how they became husband and wife. So come on. So, Kirti and Satish, you guys have been married for 17, 18 years?
17 yes. To be 18 soon.
17 years. And tell me about how you two met and married. Did you guys know each other before?
No, we didn't know each other.
We didn't know each other, but the families knew each other very well. We were actually neighbors in India. But she came to Canada and I came to US. Both of our sisters live in Canada. But we didn't know each other, and when we met, the decision was made pretty much immediately, and next day we were engaged, and a week later we were married.
So you met
in Canada.
In Canada, and the decision was made by the next day?
Yeah,
almost immediately.
Immediately, next morning.
For him, was it immediate for you?
Yeah, yeah.
So the situation was your families sort of decided that you guys would be a good fit, and so you came up to Canada to meet her. And so driving up to Canada, what's in your head? Are you thinking, I'll either like her or I won't like her, or I've done this before? Because you had been through this scenario before, meeting other women, seeing if these were people you were going to marry, women you were going to marry. What was going through your head, your drive up?
Well, this was going to be different because the girls I met, I didn't know them or their family. But this I knew is there has to be a very good reason to say no.
He played with my sister. Like, you know, the sister went to same school.
My sister is my age, so I knew that more or less it's kind of decided unless something happens.
So you really marry the family. Like, even if you don't necessarily find her attractive, and you know she has a great family, you're going to probably
no, if I hadn't found her attractive, I would have said no.
And so, Kirti, how about you? You're in Canada, and you had never been through this process of meeting a guy and saying yes or no. So, and how did you get to, like, how do you get to that point? Like, obviously, there's not a specific age where you turn 22 and your parents say it's time. How do you get to the point where...
It is the age. 20. Once is 20, like, you know, all my sister got married when they were but 21. I got married too when I was 21. So it's like, you know, okay, it's 21, start looking for, you know, right match. I think I always had this impression in mind that I'm going to marry somebody my parents find for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I probably will never be a good judge on, you know.
Okay.
So maybe I'm old fashioned, but that's what I, kind of left it to my parents and my family.
Well, that makes it easier then, because your mind is completely open. If they say this is going to be a good match, then your mind is open to what they're saying. That makes it easier. But still, there's this guy in this car driving up to see you that you've never met before, that you don't know, and he's coming to say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. What does that feel like?
I think my brother had, like, he had seen him. He came to New Jersey, Raju, and he was gung-ho about him. He said, like, you know, so, and then he told my sister, and that's how the whole thing started. So he said, like, you know what, you will be crazy if you,
that's so great.
You know, then when family is saying it, then.
And so once you arrived, because your parents had come from India to town, and did they come with this goal in mind, like, enough is enough, you got to find a wife?
I would say, yeah. More or less. Yeah.
So that's pressure. Your parents are in from India, and it's going to happen. So you arrive in Vancouver, and you immediately go to, because you're staying with your sister, you immediately go to her house. And so you see her, like, because, you know, everyone talks about, not everyone, but married couples talk a lot about, I saw them from across the room, and I knew. What was that first look like, that first glance?
Well, I guess in my case, because that was the purpose, I had to, it was pretty immediate, yes, this is okay. Like, I just will do. I had no reason to say no.
And how about you, Kirti?
I don't remember. I don't remember. It's just my brother-in-law coming to me, you know, oh yeah, he's smiling away. You know, like he was talking about him. I was like, okay, you know. So.
And so you're together in the room, and all your family's around, and everybody's probably watching you guys very closely. Like, are they getting along? What's going on?
Yeah, we're having dinner and all those things. Yeah.
And did you go out? Because I read in books or seen on TV shows, like, you know, they'll go out to dinner together or go for a walk and kind of get to know each other. Did you guys do that?
No, I wanted to do that. I told my brother-in-law, like, I want to go out, and then I think he said that he was okay. He doesn't want to do it.
No, I didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it.
I didn't remember.
Because I asked my brother-in-law to, like, I want to go out,
If it had come that way, I would have gone. I just didn't know the rules.
It's okay. You said, like, you said it's okay. It doesn't, We got engaged in the morning, quickly.
Well, no, what does that mean though? You got engaged?
We just did some ceremony, ring ceremony, yeah.
Oh, there's a ceremony. So you guys this the next morning you're together and there's a ring ceremony?
Yes.
Ceremony,
yeah.
And you have a ring and you have a ring? So you'd already bought this ring?
So his mothers have been like holding this thing for our life.
Your mother went and got a ring. And so, is that romantic at all?
No.
It's not romantic.
No.
Actually, it's not even romantic. It's more religious. Very little romantic about Indian weddings.
And so, you got engaged the next day, and then the marriage was 2 days later or the day after that?
2 days later.
We got engaged 25th, 27th,
Yeah.
2 days later.
Okay.
So then we drove to Vancouver.
So the actual wedding took place.
Then close friends and family got together and just had a quick ceremony.
In America, when you get married, you sort of think about, I'm going to marry this person because this person has this quality and they have that quality and we're so compatible. But for you guys, what's the thought process that goes through your head about, like, this is going to work because...
Because the families know each other. I knew member of the family, so there's... I have to say it's family.
Family, it is family. A lot of... you believe in, like, the family value system that is groomed into you while you're growing and all that, and I guess my parents and his parents, they knew each other very well, and they knew, you're your parents' kids, so you know what kind of child, and you know your kid better too. That way you know whether that your two kids will be good together or not.
Well, let me ask you about your kids first. Do you think about your daughters becoming 20 or 21, that magical age? And do you say, I'm in America, it's probably not going to happen that way? And how does that make you feel?
No, I just tell them, you know what, as long as you can, my mom, when we were growing up, she would say, like, you can go find whoever you want, but make sure that person meets her expectation. With my kids, I think they're going to be, as long as, I try to tell them, like, mommy, find you a guy, but it's going to be...
crazy, mom, I'm not...
No, they don't say that, but you know what, I just keep feeding a little bit, maybe one, I know that they are not going to come to me to look for a guy for them. But you know what? There's no harm done.
And is it a little sad because it's generations and generations it's happened that way? Your mom was looking for people. You said the idea of your mom getting the ring. As soon as she had a daughter, she knew she had to get a ring and this is what's going to happen. Is there a little sadness of that tradition that's happened for so long may come to an end with the both of you?
No.
No sadness really. Yeah.
Okay.
I think both systems work fine.
Right.
I'll give you good examples on each system, so it doesn't matter.
As long, they're happy. As long as they're happy, really, nothing matters.
And what advice would you have for someone who is older, let's say in their 30s or 40s, and they haven't gotten married yet? What would you say to them in terms of if they're looking and they're doing the dating websites and they're doing this or that and nothing's not working? Based upon your experience, what would you say to them they should be trying now?
Life is a compromise. And I can understand a person who's in 30s and still looking for it. It's very hard for them to change themselves. But it is a compromise. If you want another person to change a little bit for you have to make some, you have to give back something.
But I think you can compromise on small things. On big things you can't compromise, right?
And what are some of the things that you consider big things?
I'm saying where you're eating out and what you're doing, that's okay. You go with the whatever person. But a value system, for some people it's quite okay to be atrocious or cheat other people or be dishonest in a relationship. For other people it's unthinkable. Those kind of value systems are kind of a little hard to compromise on, right? On the smaller things, of course, it doesn't matter. So I would almost say it's okay not to get married all your life. It's not such a bad thing. Just don't marry badly.
Yeah.
That's good advice. That's very good advice. Well, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.